Hello, photographers. In this episode, we're going to look at 4 images right over here. I'll provide my feedback, and it'd be great if you dropped some of your thoughts down in the comments. Love to get a dialogue going. As you can see, we have an interesting mix of photos today, but the one thing they all have in common is something compelled the maker to click the shutter. Why did they do that? Why do you take photos? Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes it's up to the viewer to figure out. Sometimes the viewer just makes up their own story. The first image we're going to look at is the still life. That was sent in with a why. This maker wants to improve their storytelling skills through photography, and we're going to get into that. The other photos, we'll just have to guess why the makers felt compelled to click the shutter. And while I'll be assigning scores, don't take them too serious. I'm just here to provide a different perspective on the photos. Another take on this point comes from Don over at the Frozen Hiker channel. He has Okay, let's get going with this still life. Let's figure out the story. Let's learn about the why. Another judge had pointed out that this looked like a product photo, and I would agree with that, and the maker also agreed with that. But that judge did not provide a what about it? What's next? How do you take this to the next level or a different level anyway? So we'll try and provide some insight on that. So as shot from a product shot standpoint, yeah, it's fine. You see what it is. It's clear. It's well composed for that. The lighting spot on. I mean, the maker dealt with the reflective surfaces here just perfect. I mean, there is detail in that. And there's nothing blown out. Spot on. Love it. Technical. From a product standpoint, if this was a product shot, I wouldn't mind a little more in focus back here. But that's not really what the maker was asking for. The maker was asking for story. So that's where we have impact, having a 15, and storytelling 15. So how do you turn this into something more interesting? Well, it would be context. I mean, these are, from what I can tell, super heavy-duty bottle openers. They got the screwdriver handles on there. Looks pretty interesting. But they're on a white seamless. So there's no context for it. I would love to see, these sitting amongst, 6-pack of the beverage of your choice that would require a bottle opener. Maybe even some, people in the background, make it kind of lifestyle, and then just, we're focused in on this, and in the background there's a party going on. And you could still highlight the fact that these are the product, but that would provide context and an additional, it would provide story that doesn't really exist as shot. So that is the suggestion for this. And anytime you're doing a still life, it's what is the thing that you are photographing, and where does it belong? So if these were, wrenches, having them in a dirty garage would be fitting. If these were, kitchen knives, well, it would make sense that they were in the kitchen when there was food around. So just think about the context of your subject and build around that. That is my suggestion. Otherwise, you got the technical stuff down, you got the lighting stuff down. So just think about the big picture. And thanks for submitting this. So 86, but that's inconsequential. Okay. Here we have a nice looking black and white treatment here. Compositionally, however, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at. There's the hanging envelopes here. I mean, presumably that's the focus, but we have sharpness from here, all the way back. So it is there's nothing that's keeping our eye in one particular place. So going back to our concept of why did the maker take this? I'm sure when they were there, it is a very interesting office. I love the angle, shooting up high, shooting down or looking down low. That's all good. But there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know what to look at. I'm kind of intrigued over here with this person, but I know that's not the point of it. Lighting, it's very well lit. I can't really say anything about that besides looks good. Technical, I mean, from a sharpness standpoint, and I love the treatment that's done to this. I mean, you have clearly we're at probably, I don't know, F16, F20, something up there with a little starburst. That looks good, and just a great tonal range. That is spot on. Impact 15, and I'm going to jump in with storytelling also being a 15. It's just simply too busy for my understanding about why the maker took it. Again, I have a guess. When the maker was there, it looked really cool. It doesn't translate well in this particular 2D medium. So I'm going to give it an 82. But I'd love to see some of your other stuff. If this is the kind of treatment that you have for black and white, I'd love to see more of that. All right. This is, I guess we'll call it a still life. The why on this one is pretty, I would say, pretty self-evident. It looked like a funny scene, and so the maker captured it. But if we're going to break it down compositionally, you do have all of the elements. I mean, you got the three. That's nice, but the bird is not interacting. It's like the bird has the unpleasantness here. Had the bird been eating that right over here, that would be better. And if the squirrel was maybe a little closer, that would be good. But it looks like you're just a little late to the party. Lighting, it's fine. It doesn't hurt it, doesn't help it. Technical, this guy being so out of focus, and even that head is a little out of focus. I mean, everything is here on the hams, and it just gets a little bit sharp, a little less sharp there, a little less sharp, and then way out of focus there. So technically, this needed a much we needed more stuff in focus on there. Impact, yeah, it has some impact, but the out of focus is distracting. Great story, love the story. I just wish it was captured a few seconds earlier. If the bird was interacting here, and if the squirrel was closer, that would be fantastic. I'll actually go back to composition. I love the fact that you are down low. I mean, we are in there. We are amongst the the stuff and the characters here. So good on you for that. But overall, we're going to give you a 76. All right, now we're going to end with another black and white, also nicely done. And this one has, I'm really caught in between a lot of scores on this one. So, which you'll see in a minute. Compositionally, I love the angle of from up top shooting down. That's good. Uh, the cat running out of frame, that's not great. I do like her interaction with the cat, so that's good. So we're going to go back and forth with good and bad on all of these categories. Lighting, absolutely love this lighting here. It is very, very well done. But then it's blocked up here, and kind of a mystery. I don't know if this was done in post or something. We have the light coming down, but I don't know how it didn't hit the cat. So that's a weird little mystery. So part of the lighting good, part of it, I think it needs some work, and that goes back, or that goes along with technical too. Again, the sharpness is just right. The processing is done really, really well. The one thing to keep in mind, actually, I'm going to jump back to composition. One thing to keep in mind, we have a little bit of eyelid right there. So that's something just to watch for, as sometimes an eyelid or a nose might break a cheek, but that's minor. The Again, the technical stuff, like the processing, don't like the darkness here. Don't like the fact that the cat looks like he just wants to get out of Dodge. Impact also 17. When this first comes up, I mean your eye is here because of the contrast, and then we notice, hey, there's a cat there. So impact, again, I'm just going to give it a 17 on that, and then same thing with the story. So again, we're 17s across the board. Storytelling, if the cat was more relaxed in her arms, having her look down at the cat would be fantastic. But the closeness here to the edge of the frame, the cat looking like does not want to be there, and the weird blockness, the black blockness here is distracting. I think that could be worked on. Again, I love this light, so we're going to give this one an 85.